Hello, hello. I hope you're all having a really great Monday. I am so far. It's our first day of school. We are excited. Feels good just to have a schedule again. Hi. I am going to let a few more people get on. Hello. If you're watching, let me know where you're watching from. And then we'll get started pretty soon. So what we're going to do live here today is we're going to do a client interview, a client spotlight. I spoke about Rosa. If you have watched my story this morning, if not, after this live, go back and take a look at my story because I really gave a little bit of Rosa's background and where she was when, shout out from Texas. Awesome. I'm in Texas too. Where are you at? Where she was whenever she signed on with us, before she signed on with us. And then we talked a bit more about her transformation phase and then moving on, moving her on how we are moving her into more of a maintenance and rebuilding phase. So there are all sorts of there are really 3 phases whenever someone works with us. And that's really what I kind of went into detail about in my stories this morning. So if you have not watched that, go back once we're finished here and just kind of skim through because you're going to kind of see, hi Layla from Argentina, you're going to kind of see what I am talking about. The pieces will get put all together for you. So just like you see all of the other lives on my page that we have saved, because Instagram now lets us save that as a IGTV video that is on our feed, which is wonderful. So you'll be able to come back to this, but we're going to kind of dive into Rosa's story and her spotlight time with us. So I'm just waiting for a few minutes until Rosa pops on here, and then I will let her come in with us, and then we'll get this thing started. Hello. Christy. Right. Hello. Waiting just a minute. She should come on any minute here. There we go. Hey, Rosa, you should be able to request to come on live with us. There we go. Hey, Sarah. Hi, girl.
Hi.
How are you, Rosa?
I'm good.
You look so pretty.
Thank you.
Off today?
Yes, I am.
Oh, and tomorrow, right? Is that what you told me?
No, it was yesterday and today. Sorry.
Hey, today. Oh, that's awesome. I'm so
Yes.
happy for you. You deserve it, that's for sure. Well, you ready to get started?
Yes.
Awesome. Everybody's going to love this. They're going to love you. So why Rosa for our client spotlight now is because she has been phenomenal since absolutely day one working with us, and she's a fantastic model client, absolutely perfect in everything you do. I also think that you're super inspirational. You have taken what we have taught you and you're awesome. You roll it. And I shared your recipes all the time that you're making and whatnot. And you have become just this cook and you are a macro wizard now. And it's awesome. So I want to give you time at some point definitely to talk about that because Sarah. So Sarah's one of my clients. She says, and her recipes are amazing. Literally really good. Rosa, it's awesome. So awesome. And how is that banana bread that you posted this morning?
I ate it this morning for breakfast and oh my God, it's so delicious. Honestly, I would rather just like cook home than just go in the restaurant and order sometimes. Like I love cooking now. It's my friend. It's my second friend.
Well, that's awesome. Well, you're good at it and you make it look pretty, which is what I love. So so cool. So first of all, let's just I just want to give you some time, introduce yourself, tell everybody watching and that will watch kind of your story, your background. Like, are you married? Do you have kids? Where are you at with all of that?
Okay, so of course, my name is Rosa. I'm 24-year-old. I live in Montreal, Canada. I live alone. I am in a relationship. I do have a boyfriend, and I love to cook. I love to eat, and yeah.
Perfect. So yes, so Rosa is my first Canadian client, which is really neat. I love it, and it's been fun. Like, I don't feel like it doesn't that doesn't matter. Like, that doesn't mess anything up. You're still always super involved in everything we do and in our Facebook group, and you're always on the calls and our workouts, and doesn't hold anybody back. So I love that. So tell me a minute, how did you remember, do you know how you found me? Because it was here on Instagram. No, but tell us a little bit about that and kind of where you were at. Like, what were you struggling with? Why did you feel like you needed some help?
Okay, so back in the day, I think when I just turned 24, which was on a February. I saw you. I think I was on my IG story, like live IG story. I think you were live with a client or you were sharing some story, and I believe I followed you, and then you messaged me the next day, and then I was like, I really do want to get started. And back in the days, I was doing crazy diets where I was just sabotaging my body. I didn't know what was like I don't know what was a macro, a calorie, and all that, and I was just doing crazy diets that just sabotaging my body, and I was really tired of it. And I said, I really do need help. I really do need like an expert, like a coach who can really guide me through where I really want to go long term in a lifestyle habit and not a short term goal. So I found you and we got started, and I believe I DM you and then I fill out the form and we just started.
That's right. We got on the phone and all that. Do you remember what I told you? And I want to bring this up because you're
Yeah.
shared this on my stories. So I want to follow it up with everybody that's watching.
Yeah.
Remember what you were asking about supplements and all sorts of stuff like that, and what kind of what I told you, and then where do you feel like that? Like, how do you kind of feel about that now?
Honestly, feel amazing and great. Honestly, if I would go back in the first beginning of the day when we were talking about like if I do need to get these supplements, all these detox and everything, I listen and I said, okay, well, I know she isn't her thing. I know that she's more expert than I do, and then I will just listen. I will also listen to my body, and oh my God, like I've been eating anything and I told myself like, okay, well, I don't need these supplements because these are like a cherry on top. You'll basically get these in your sources of foods and I love it.
There we go. Right? Yeah. And I know that, were you someone, what are some of the things that you had tried before? So
Yes.
tell me about those. I know that we talked about them, but what were some of those things?
So it was basically like detox, anything like coffee detox, tea detox, juices detox. There was one day, I think after a week trying all these things, it kind of like messed up my tummy. I felt a little bit nauseous, and I was also going into a yo-yo dieting cycle phase where I was just like, okay, should I continue? Should I not continue? And I was just really tired of it, and I was just sabotaging it, and it's not really good for my body. It's not also good, to the inside and outside of my body, and I was just like, this is a no-no for me. So there you go.
There you go. And I'm so glad that you did trust me, because it took trust, and I know that, and I really appreciate that, because I remember telling you, you know, it's not that a few supplements are bad and the enemy, not at all. But if you don't learn the basis of it, and remember me telling you that, if you don't waste your money, because if you don't learn this, if you don't learn the foundations, then you will still be here. Like it won't help you long term. And like you said, it's so perfect. It's the cherry on top. And it so is. It's not that there's things wrong with specific supplements. Now, the teas and the detox and things like that, do you feel like where you're at today is different from when you did the detox and the teas?
Oh, definitely. It changed my mindset. It changed everything. And it's because I was really going something more for like a long term and not a short term. And I know these things are just like you will just like drink them, but then you will see back the results where you were in the beginning, and it's just gonna continue and continue and continue. And you're going to like this like up and down cycle where you'll never see the results. So I don't want that to happen. And now I'm like, okay, well, I don't need those anymore because I got the food, I got an amazing coach, and I got an amazing group, and I'm not alone, and I'm doing this, and I see the progress.
You do, girl. You see it's a progress, and we're going to get to that. That's really awesome. Okay, so then what was the thing that made you say, okay, I want to go this route? I trust Brittany. I feel like what she's telling me is the right way that I need to go for me, because everyone has their own journey. Everyone, there are certain things that work for them and that don't work for them. What were the things that made you say, okay, if I want to really handle this, I need to do the real deal. I need to learn. I need to be educated, and I just need to bite the bullet and learn this stuff now instead of pushing it off and waiting? What was the thing that helped you with that?
Um, what do you mean by like the group?
Well, whenever we talked, so we got on the phone, and remember we said we were talking and you were like, oh, I don't know if I should just buy these supplements and then wait and see if those are going to work and then reach back out to you, or what I should do. What was the thing that made you like say, I'm going to trust Brittany and I am going to go with her, and I'm not going to just do the detoxes anymore. I'm going to take a break from that.
Encouragement, like for myself, like I said, okay, well, I know that like through my experience, I've been doing many types of like diets and all of these things. And I said, okay, well, I'm really, really tired and frustrated. I don't want to go back to it. I really want something to change it, like change my life. And I really wanted to go long term. So then I said, okay, well, she is amazing. She is a coach that will like, you're not like someone that like push through and be like, okay, well, like you have to reach your goal in a month or you have to reach your goal in 2 months. Like, no, this is like a lifelong term habit. And I was like, okay, well, this is amazing. And this is something where I really want to go forward to. And this, like, it just changed. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And I think that that's so, it's really important too, because our perspective matters so, so much. Because if you're looking at just like trying to get through for the next 2 months versus, okay, where do I want to be
Yeah.
3 years from now? And do I really want to learn? That when you start to think about it that way, that changes everything for you. And then you can feel like, okay, like you feel now, like I can make recipes. I'm eating all the food. I'm doing all these things, and you found this creative love for cooking.
Yeah.
And
I've never, honestly, this is my first time ever cooking and experimenting food. I love to eat food. You know, I am also like a young adult. So, me as a 24-year-old, I love to go restaurants. I love to binge food. I like to discover food. And this is actually my first time where I was just like, okay, well, now I know what is a macro. Now I know what is a calorie. I can just eat literally anything I want. I can cook anything I want, and I will just do it. And I did it. And then I told myself, well, okay, well, I know that it's going to take time. I know that the process is going to be taking time too. And I said, oh my God, I've seen a lot of change, and I'm just loving it.
so sweet. You're so right. Okay. And so then what has been,
Mhm.
let's say, what's the biggest thing that you have learned, like here, like mentally? What are things that you feel like have stuck with you and stuck out to you so far? Because you joined us, so you worked with us for 12 weeks. And then when you were at like 7, you were like, okay, I need 6 months. Let's go. I need to add on. We were like, absolutely, girl. For sure. What were those things though for you that have like helped you so much, like changed so much for you?
Honestly, well, because I know that for me, at 12 weeks, okay, 12 weeks will be enough, but then I know that more to learn. and I want to learn more and furthermore to get to where I want to be. And I said, okay, well, I want to expand it and I want to go 6 months more. And I do really want to see not just me losing weight, but I also want to build up. I really want to have abs. I really want to have like arms definition, leg definition. I've never ever had it. And I told it like, okay, well, this is going to be the first and it will be my first. And this is something where I really want to go furthermore. I want to be like a stronger, like a wife in the future. I want to be like a stronger mom in the future. So I really had like that vision that I really want to go further. And that made me, okay, that's where I want to, and that's where reason why I want to go 6 months longer.
Mm-hmm. So good. It's so true. You're such a dreamer. You're such, people in the comments are saying she's the cutest. Sarah said, I love her joy. Isn't it so true? She's just contagious and she's so fantastic in our group. So helpful for everyone. She posts her recipes and we all love them. But I think it's so true. And it's that mindset of understanding, you know what, 12 weeks. Yes, that's fantastic. And you saw so much progress there, but look at where you have come now. So like I was sharing in my story earlier, you have reached your goal that we wanted to get you to, right?
Yes.
I'm not sure I understand. My watch. So we have reached your goal that you came in at your 12 weeks saying, okay, this is my goal. This is what I wanted to get to. And what was that for you? Do you remember?
If I remember, yes, I was actually also bloated. So that's one thing. Bloating for me was a big issue. If I remember when I was doing my diets, I was doing many type of diets. Like I told you, like I've been doing intermediate fasting, keto, paleo, and all that. Like it was like an up and down. But then knowing that like my bloating system now, that like with the calorie, with the macros, and me eating food, like I just have no more bloating issues. No more. And second was can't remember what was the second one.
It was you getting to, you got to your goal weight.
Yes.
You're exactly where you wanted to be. And you sent me those pictures. You're so awesome. You'll DM me all the time and send me your pictures that way. And you'll like do the comparison, which I absolutely love.
Yes.
And I shared one on my story today. And it's just like, yeah, you're so right. Your blood is down considerably much. You are consistently like losing your weight. And we asked you a couple of weeks ago. Remember, I reached out and we said, okay, so we've reached your weight. This is the goal you had when you came in. That's said, over and done. What do we want to do here? Do we want to continue on with that? Or do you want to enter into more of that reverse diet and building phase? And what did you say?
I want to build. I want to continue. I want to go. I want to go furthermore.
Yes, and I'm so excited. So among a few other of our clients right now are entering into their building phase. And I think it's so cool. I love it because I am in a building phase myself, which just means for anybody watching that she doesn't want to lose any more weight. She's reached that weight that she wants to get to, but now she wants to kind of be able to sculpt the body really want. And so we're coming in and we are adjusting your nutrition because now we have new goals. So we have to be reaching new goals instead of still reaching that same goal, which is such a like identifier for success and progress for you, is that your goals should be changing. They should be moving. We shouldn't have the same goal for 8, 10, 12 months at a time, because you should be reaching these mini goals and then making another goal. And so now for you, we're kind of pivoting and we're helping you, and we're going to start giving you more food.
I'm really good.
Who doesn't want more food?
I know.
Right?
Food.
So do I, girl. So do I. And so we're going to start giving you, we're giving you more food in a very strategic way so that we're still keeping your results. You're not going to start gaining your weight back. We're going to make it to where we're doing it very strategically. We're working with your workouts at the same time so that we're really sculpting that body you want to sculpt, right?
Yes, absolutely right. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm always excited.
You are. You're always excited. It's so awesome.
Not also alone too, so I'm super happy. Like I'm just happy. Like this group makes me always happy, even if I'm falling track, even if there's days that like I'm so like with people and work and all that. I'm just like I'm not alone. Like I love it.
You're right. You're not alone. It's so true. And remember, you have gone from, I mean, you came to me before quarantine and all of that, and you were at home, and now you transitioned back to work, which I think is something that is, I mean, that's a huge, like, yay for
Yeah.
you. Because transitions are hard, and they're really hard for people sometimes. Like, kind of learning to now do what you've been doing in quarantine in your own home, and now you have to take it out to work. How
Yeah.
was you kind of like going back to work?
Full-time esthetician. So me as a full-time esthetician working at the beauty spa, it's like crazy, crazy, crazy because then you got like clients coming in, coming out. And for me, with the habit I've created before going back to work, it's like, oh, well, I had this habit already. So it's really easy for me while I'm working. And I'm just enjoying it every moment and every second.
You've killed it and you've rocked it, because I know sometimes it is so hard for people
Yeah.
if you don't have healthy habits established. Whenever life comes and whenever things change,
Yeah.
we completely fall off. It's like we lose it all and we don't know how to get back on track. And so thankfully for you, you have stayed on track, and with our coaching for you and us being able to say, how are we doing? What do
Yes.
we, adjust for you? What do we need to improve on this week? And I remember reaching out to you at one point because you're usually super active in the Facebook group. I'm always talking to you, and I hadn't heard from you in, a couple of so, and I was like, Rosa, is everything okay? Are you?
I am okay, and I'm honestly so glad that I am with a I'm not alone in this. Like I'm also with a group of community and academy group, which is amazing. And I have amazing coaches too, who's always by my side. You know, even if I'm not from the States, I know I'm from Canada. Well, at least I still have like my phone, and I'm reaching out all the time, and I love it. I truly love it, and I know that I'm not alone all the time. So yeah.
Good girl. And it's so true. And like I always say, like I want you to ask questions. I want you to reach out. I want you to share your recipes with us and with the group. And like there's other clients on here that are like, oh yes, her recipes are great. And we all love them, because whenever you know that you're not alone doing something, there are other people that do this too. And you kind of have that sense of just like help, like you're not by yourself,
Yeah.
and you know that you can reach out to me and Kristen anytime you need to.
And the girls as well. Like I'm not alone. Like the ladies also, they have their struggles, and we all are there to one another, like supporting one another, there for one another, and it's always like striving. And I'm just like, it's so pumped.
Yeah, it's so fun. It is. It's so fun. And we do our weekly calls, and
Of
you're so good at going back and listening to them.
course. Oh,
So good. So good. So I am so happy for you, Rosa. And my last question is going to be, so who would you say that this program and what we do and what you have learned, who would this be good for someone that is struggling right now? Like, what could you say to somebody that might help them kind of take those steps that they need to take and reach out and say, if they can do this, I can do this, and I'm going to do it too? What would you say to someone to help them?
I can say it's for anyone. Actually, it's for any woman's out there who is really struggling for like weight loss, who really do want to lose like maybe 20, 15 pounds, who's maybe struggling. Okay, well, they're like really tired and like sabotage their body, and they really want to live not as a short term but long term lifestyle habit. It can also be for busy moms out there who's just like, okay, well, they need time for themselves. They need to prioritize themselves before work comes. It can be for anyone actually, anyone who's really like really want to prioritize yourself and lose that weight amount of fat and really want to also build up muscles, struggling with food, what is a calorie, and all of that.
Yes, yes. I love that you just said, what is a calorie? And
Yeah,
stuff, because you didn't know much of that, when you came in, and now you do. And
yeah,
Has that helped you? Has that changed things for you?
It changed everything. Honestly, if I would go back again in the past years doing my diets, I was just, I was strictly like basically saying, okay, like for example, I cannot eat a potato because I'm doing a paleo, or I cannot eat this bacon because like I'm strictly on a diet. Where, or let's say if I'm going with my friends, oh, I cannot have that because I'm on a diet. Like it's just like I was just like way in the back in the past where I was just doing crazy diets, and now I'm just like I'm enjoying it. Like I can eat whatever I want, calculating my macros, and I can manage while I'm eating in the restaurants. I can manage how to calculate my macros at the same time. Super easy, super fun, and I love it.
That's right. That is right. And you are with us for another 6 months, and we now bring into, like we said, your building phase, and we're going to start seeing even more of this muscle that you want, and working on the booty and all of those things.
It's
And
my like I've never had abs, I never had a booty, I never had that shape, and I said, well, I do want to have it.
right, girl. That is right. Well, I am so excited for you. Thank you for coming on here. And anyone that is watching, you know, her story might be super similar to your story. It might be different. It might be, you know, a few things that you're hearing, but the point of it all is we are normal people that are learning how to do this in the real world, in everyday life. It doesn't matter if you're a mom, if you're not a mom, if you're busy, if you work full time, if you're a teacher or a nurse, whatever the case may be. You have to learn the foundations and the basics before trying to do all the crazy other things, because those other things don't work for you long term. Rosa is just such a inspiration, and seriously like living proof of that, because if you were still back at the teas and the coffees and all those things, then we would today.
No way. I will never, ever, ever go back in those things. Those are just really bad. Just really, really bad.
Proud of you. I'm so proud of you. For sure. All right. Well, thank you so much, and share that that banana
I
oatmeal.
have another recipe going on today, which I'm really excited to share about. It's like a Philippine cuisine, because my parents are from Philippines, but I was born in Canada, so I have like a Philippine twist with mix of veggies, and I'm super excited to share it.
Yes, share it up for sure. Tag me, put it in our Facebook group, because we all need some new recipes for sure.
Yeah.
All right, girl. Well, thank you so much. You're the best. We will talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.